happened one day that Elisha went to Shunem, and there was a notable woman, and she persuaded him to eat some food. So it was as often as he passed by, he would turn in there to eat some food. And she said to her husband, "Look now, I know that this is a holy man of God who passes by us regularly. Please let us make a small upper room on the wall, and let us put a bed for him there, and a table and a chair and the lampstand. And so it will be when he comes to us, he can turn in there." And it happened one day that he came there and he turned in the upper room and lay down there. Then he said to Gehazi, his servant, "Call the Shunammite woman." And he called her. She stood before him and said to him, "Say now to her, look, you have been concerned for us with this care. What can I do for you? Do you want me to speak on your behalf to the king or to the commander of the army?" And she answered, "I dwell among my own people." So he said, "What then is to be done for her?" And Gehazi answered, "Actually, she has no son, and her husband is old." So he said, "Call her." When he had called her, she stood in the doorway. Then he said, "About this time next year, you shall embrace a son." Now, I'm not going to go the rest of that story because I'm going to take you to the Psalms in just a moment. But she got the son. Then she needed another miracle because life happened, and he got healed. Her husband's in old age. She's going to need a son. So God met her need. But you know what happened before all that? She made room for God. She knew that this guy was God's representative. And so she built an extra room on the house just so she could have God's presence, His representative, close to them when He came through. Now, there's a lesson in that for us. Are you making room for the move of God in your life? Or are there too many other things in the way? Are you making room for God in your life? Or do you have too many other things that interrupt it? She got something that she never dreamed she would get. She got a son that she was going to need. All of this because these people were willing to do what God had asked them to do, even if it hurt, and because they were willing to put themselves out and do something extra to ensure that God's move was in their presence.